February 8th, 1940. A 9-year-old boy sits alone in a hospital room. His mother's hand grows cold in his. In this moment, something inside him breaks forever. He will spend the rest of his life, all 24 years of it, searching for what he lost that day. This is the untold story of James Dean, the boy who became a legend, the boy who never grew old. You know his face, that rebellious stare, that leather jacket, the symbol of teenage angst and eternal youth. But behind those eyes was a little boy who never stopped grieving, a child who lost everything before he even knew what he had. James Dean made only 3 films. He lived only 24 years, but his story isn't about what he achieved. It's about what he lost, and how that loss created the most iconic figure in Hollywood history. This isn't a story of fame. This is a story of a broken heart that never healed. Let's go back to where it all began. Marion, Indiana. February 8th, 1931. James Byron Dean enters the world during the Great Depression. His father, Winton, is a dental technician. His mother, Mildred, everyone calls her Mildred, is the light of his life. The Deans are struggling like everyone else in America. Jobs are scarce. Money is tight. But little Jimmy doesn't know poverty. All he knows is his mother's love. Mildred Dean isn't just a mother. She's Jimmy's entire universe. She reads him poetry. She takes him to movies. She dances with him in the kitchen. She tells him he's special, that he can be anything he wants to be. When Jimmy is 5, the family moves to Santa Monica, California. Winton finds work at a veterans hospital. For a brief moment, life is good. The California sun shines bright. The ocean sparkles. Little Jimmy runs on the beach with his mother. She teaches him to perform. Little plays in the living room, reciting poems for her, dancing, making her laugh. For 4 beautiful years, Jimmy is just a happy little boy with the world's greatest mother. But life has other plans. 1939. Mildred starts feeling sick, tired, weak. At first, they think it's just the stress of life, the worry that every mother carries. But it gets worse. Cancer, uterine cancer. In 1940, there's no cure, no hope. Just a slow, painful goodbye. Jimmy is 9 years old. 9 years old, watching the only person who ever truly loved him slip away day by day. He doesn't understand. How could he? One day his mother is dancing with him. The next, she can barely get out of bed. February 8th, 1940. Jimmy's 9th birthday. It's also the day his mother dies. Can you imagine that? Your birthday becomes the anniversary of your greatest loss. Every year, every celebration, forever marked by grief. The nurses let little Jimmy into the room. His father isn't there. Winton is working, always working, unable to face what's happening. It's just Jimmy and his dying mother. She's weak. So weak. But she holds his hand. She tells him she loves him. She tells him to be brave, to be strong. And then, she's gone. A 9-year-old boy. Alone. His mother's hand growing cold in his. The only person who ever made him feel special, feel loved, feel safe, gone forever. What do you do with that kind of pain when you're 9 years old? Where do you put it? Jimmy would spend the rest of his life trying to answer that question. But the tragedy doesn't end there. In fact, it's only beginning. Winton Dean can't handle it. Can't handle being a single father. Can't handle the grief. Can't handle looking at his son, the boy who looks just like Mildred. So he makes a decision that will haunt Jimmy forever. He sends him away. 2 weeks after burying his mother, 9-year-old Jimmy is put on a train, alone. Sent back to Indiana. Back to his aunt and uncle's farm. Sent away by the only parent he has left. The rejection is total, the abandonment complete. First his mother dies, then his father throws him away like he's nothing. That train ride across America, a little boy with a suitcase staring out the window, watching his old life disappear. That's where James Dean really begins. That's where the rebellion starts. That's where the pain hardens into something else. Fairmount, Indiana. Population 2,800. Miles and miles of farmland. Flat, quiet, isolated. This becomes Jimmy's new home. His Uncle Marcus and Aunt Hortense take him in. They're good people, decent people. They feed him, they clothe him, they raise him. But they're not his mother. And they can never be. Marcus is a stern Quaker farmer. Hard work, discipline, no nonsense. Hortense is kind but distant. They don't understand this sensitive, emotional boy who cries at night, who stares at his mother's photo for hours, who seems so angry. Jimmy retreats into himself. The happy, dancing little boy dies with his mother. In his place grows someone harder, someone who doesn't let people in, because everyone he ever loved either died or abandoned him. But he finds an escape, acting. His high school drama teacher, Adeline Knoll, sees something in him, a pain, a depth, an intensity. She casts him in school plays, and when Jimmy steps on stage, something magical happens. For a few hours, he can be someone else, someone not abandoned, someone not broken, someone loved. He wins awards. He's brilliant. Everyone can see it. This kid has something special. That thing his mother always told him about. He is special. But the pain never leaves. Late at night on that quiet farm, he still cries for his mother. Still feels that abandonment. Still wonders why his father didn't want him. He graduates high school in 1949. He's 18 years old, and he makes a decision. He's going back to California, back to where his mother was happy, back to find something, anything, to fill the hole in his heart. Uncle Marcus tries to stop him. Stay here. Farm life is good life. But Jimmy can't stay. He's spent 9 years running from his pain. Now he needs to run towards something. Anything. So he leaves Fairmount, leaves Indiana, and heads back west. Back to California. Back to chase a dream his mother planted in him before she died. Los Angeles, 1949. Jimmy enrolls at Santa Monica College. Then UCLA. He's studying pre-law. That's what his father wants. A respectable career, a safe life. But Jimmy isn't safe. He's on fire inside. All that pain, all that abandonment. It needs somewhere to go. He starts taking acting classes, method acting, the actor's studio approach. Dive deep into your pain. Use it. Transform it into art. For Jimmy, this is salvation. Finally, someone is telling him his pain has value, that his trauma can become something beautiful. He drops out of UCLA. His father is furious. You're throwing your life away. But Jimmy doesn't care about his father's approval anymore. He stopped caring about that the day he was put on that train. He gets small parts, commercials, bit roles on TV. He's broke, living in a tiny apartment, eating 1 meal a day. But he's alive in a way he never was in Indiana. He's pursuing something his mother wanted for him. Then, 1954, everything changes. Director Elia Kazan is casting for a new film, East of Eden, based on John Steinbeck's novel, the story of a young man desperate for his father's love and constantly rejected. Sound familiar? Kazan meets with dozens of actors. But when Jimmy walks in, damaged, intense, barely holding it together, Kazan knows immediately. This kid doesn't need to act the part. He is the part. East of Eden makes Jimmy a star, not just an actor, a phenomenon. Young people see themselves in him. That pain, that anger at parents who don't understand, that feeling of being different, broken, alone. He becomes a symbol, the first teenager in cinema. Before Jimmy, young people in movies were just small adults. But Jimmy showed the world that teenage pain is real, that young people hurt, that they're searching for something they can't name. 2 more films follow in rapid succession. Rebel without a cause, the definitive statement of teenage angst. And Giant, his most mature performance, though he won't live to see it released. By September 1955, Jimmy is one of the biggest stars in the world. 24 years old. Everything his mother dreamed for him coming true. But fame doesn't fill the hole his mother left. Money doesn't heal abandonment. Success doesn't bring back what he lost when he was 9. Jimmy is alone, surrounded by people but fundamentally alone. He has friends, he has fans, but he doesn't have love. Not real love. Not since his mother. Until Pier Angeli, Italian actress, beautiful, talented, Catholic, and from a traditional family that holds tight to their values. Jimmy meets her in 1954. They're both young, both trying to make it in Hollywood, both carrying their own pain. Pier's father died when she was young too. They understand each other instantly. It's intense, passionate, real. The first real thing Jimmy has felt since his mother died. He falls completely, totally. He talks about marriage, about a future, about finally having a family again. Pier's mother says no. Jimmy isn't Catholic. He's wild, rebellious, unstable, not husband material, not good enough for her daughter. Rejection. Again. First his mother, then his father. Now the family of the woman he loves. The pattern repeats. Jimmy is never good enough, never wanted, never chosen. In 1954, Pier marries someone else, Vic Damone, a singer, Italian, Catholic, approved by her mother, safe. Jimmy is there the day of the wedding, sitting outside the church on his motorcycle, revving the engine, making noise, a last desperate protest. Choose me, please, someone choose me. But she doesn't. The church doors close. She marries someone else. And Jimmy drives away, broken again. This might be the saddest part of Jimmy's story. He finally found love, real, adult love, and he wasn't allowed to have it. The universe, it seems, decided James Dean wasn't meant to be happy. After Pier, Jimmy changes, gets harder, more reckless. He buys fast cars, drives too fast, races, takes risks, as if he's testing fate, daring the universe to take him too. He dates other people, but it's never the same. Pier was his chance at healing, at having a family, at being chosen, and he lost it. September 30th, 1955. Jimmy has just finished filming Giant. He's exhausted, but he can't sit still. He never can. The pain inside him doesn't rest, so neither does he. He's bought a new car, a Porsche 550 Spyder, silver, sleek, fast. He calls it Little Bastard. Maybe it's a joke. Maybe it's how he sees himself. He's planning to race it that weekend in Salinas. His friends warn him. His studio warns him. Insurance companies are already nervous about their new star driving so fast. The actor Alec Guinness, yes, the future Obi-Wan Kenobi, meets Jimmy at a restaurant in Los Angeles days before. Jimmy is excited about his new car. "Want to see it?" he asks. Alec Guinness looks at the Porsche, and he gets a terrible feeling. He later says he told Jimmy, "If you get in that car, you'll be found dead in it by this time next week." Jimmy laughs it off. September 30th, 1955. 3:30 p.m. Jimmy leaves Los Angeles heading north on Route 466. His mechanic, Rolf Wutherich, is with him. A friend follows in another car with Jimmy's luggage. They're driving fast, too fast, but Jimmy always drives fast. Speed is freedom. Speed is control. Speed is the only time the pain goes quiet. 5:45 p.m. near Cholame, California. A junction. A Ford Tudor sedan pulls out to make a left turn. The driver doesn't see the low, silver Porsche coming. There's no time to stop. The cars collide. The Porsche crumples like paper. Jimmy's neck is broken. Internal injuries. He's alive for a few minutes, but barely. He's rushed to a hospital in Paso Robles, but there's nothing they can do. 6:20 p.m. James Dean is pronounced dead. He's 24 years old. exactly 15 years, 6 months, and 22 days after his mother died. The boy who lost everything at 9, who spent his whole life running from pain, who finally found success but never found peace. Gone. Just like that. Here's what makes James Dean's story so powerful, so enduring, so absolutely heartbreaking. He never got old, never got tired, never got corrupted by Hollywood, never sold out, never lost that intensity, that pain, that searching. He's frozen forever at 24, forever young, forever beautiful, forever in pain, forever searching for what he lost when he was 9 years old. Think about it. Every year you get older, James Dean stays the same age. He's been 24 for 70 years now. While the world moved on, while everyone else aged and changed and died, James Dean remained. That face, that pain, that rebellion, he became exactly what his mother always said he was: special, eternal, unforgettable. But at what cost? He never got to have a family, never got to grow old with someone he loved, never got to heal from his trauma, never got peace. His mother died when he was 9, and he died when he was 24. In between was just pain and searching and brief moments of feeling alive on screen or behind the wheel of a fast car. Was it worth it? To become a legend but never find happiness? To be remembered forever but never get to rest? I don't think Jimmy would say it was worth it. I think he just wanted what he lost: his mother, a family, someone to choose him, someone to love him the way his mother loved him when he was a little boy in Santa Monica dancing in the kitchen. But he never got it, and now he never will. He's frozen in our memories. The eternal teenager, the perpetual rebel, the boy who never grew old. And maybe that's the real tragedy. Not that he died young, but that he never got to live at all. James Dean made 3 films. He lived 24 years. But his story lives forever because we all understand loss. We all know what it's like to lose something we can never get back. Jimmy just lost it earlier than most, and he never stopped trying to find it again. Rest in peace, Jimmy. You're with your mother now. You're home. If this story touched your heart, please take a moment to leave a comment below. Tell us your favorite James Dean film, or share how his story resonates with you. Hit that like button to help others discover Jimmy's untold story. And subscribe to our channel. We're dedicated to keeping the legend of James Dean alive, one story at a time. Thank you for listening, and thank you for remembering.